Hello, Rodney! Doing absolutely fine, thank you very much. Checking if the bitrate is all fine and all, and setting up all the things. Looking forward to draw today. Also, Tani, good evening. Oh, Rodney just came back from the gym and got a Starbucks coffee. Yeah, it always tastes better when you just worked out. That is the really good kind of tired. I mean, I had that when I had I love to actually get a good drink after a good walk. Which I think can finally do again. Because we have very close to my house, there's the fields in Hilversum. Which is absolutely lovely. Also, the crazy dragon lady has followed me. Hello! Thank you for the follow. And also, Glenn Fanning, hello, hello. And Wolfie, hi to you as well. Closing off these tabs. Please do note, please all pray a little bit to the Omnisaya, because my computer is barely working. But let's hope that everything works fine for now. Also, I love toasters. Good evening. I'm doing absolutely fine. I was actually playing a game that you might like. Which is Real Grade. They're getting all the computers done. Real Grade is basically a Factorio game, but with trains. It's a... you have to set up your own infrastructure and build all sorts of cool things, but of course, all the materials need to be transported from A to B. But also, in terms of games, I might be able to play a little bit more later on. Not in this stream, but later this year, because I am going to revise my stream setup, so I can actually play some stuff there as well, also showing YouTube videos, things like that. So, plenty of things ahead. And Rodney says, doing the dishes while watching this. And also, Techno, the mechanical RC Wolf. How are you all doing today? I'm doing absolutely lovely. Also, Harley Sky Sefri, hello to you as well. And I love toasters. Like I said, my computer is barely running as it is, so I would love to show your stuff, but I had to close down a couple of tabs on my browser because things were slowing down significantly, and I don't want the stream to crash. WolfieToons asks, have you guys already played Mouse PI for Hire? I really looking forward to do that. Currently my Steam Deck is being in the repair, and I've been told that it runs just fine on that. Glenn Fanning says, makes me think of Transport Tycoon or whatever it is. That one game that looks like the original Roller Coaster Tycoon made by the same people. Yes, that is Transport Tycoon. That is the original managing game, so to speak. Glenn says, Thabo, could you verify if it's a computer or a ticking time bomb of tech issues? It's more that I am running too much on a computer that is just not fast enough to keep track of things. I am going to make a new setup. Well, keep on drawing on this computer, but all the streaming stuff is going to be redirected to a Linux front end, where all my video stuff runs on. Also, Inimini, hello, hello. Let's see. And Rodney feels very mouse inspired thanks to Mouse PI and wants to draw their character as their character. Okay, that's cool. I Love Toaster says Train Sim World 6 is also a cool game. Thanks for the tip. Let's see, Artsy. The Crazy Dragon Lady says, how loud are your fans right now? Well, they're not very loud. It's a Mac Mini that I'm running on. But the memory is not very happy with the amount of stuff that I have here. I closed down Telegram, I closed down Discord, which is a memory eater, a lot of tabs on Chrome, and Dropbox that was running on background freed up quite a bit for that. But now for the drawing. I am going to draw a weasel today. Now, a weasel is a character that has particularly interesting body proportions. And the body proportions, we always draw characters like on a bike and on other things and like that. But I'm now going to check, wait a minute, we need body proportions for a bike, but then we have human proportions in mind. So let's do something with the weasel proportions. Joel Jackalope, hello! Hi Thabo, Rodney, Wolfie and everybody else. Oh, thank you! And Glenn is completely correct. The memory has all been taken hostage with the data centers. Well, fortunately the prices are going down a little bit. So let's hope it goes the right way. Because my gosh, I need myself some memory. Of course, the weasel has a long neck because they're long boys, so the entire proportions are completely different. And I kind of look... I think that's gonna be fun. Oh, Iraq Burnison, hello! Thank you very much for the donation! Good afternoon, Thabo and the Meerkat Squad. Sorry I can't stay. Have to work. Have fun, and I hope to catch you all next time. Bye for now. Thank you! Also, sorry for taking a little bit of a break from the chat. I am currently trying to draw the bicycle, and bicycles are quite interesting to draw, especially for someone who is completely and wholly out of proportions. But we in the Netherlands really do like our bikes. Now, I understand in other countries, like especially in the US, bike lanes are not that common, especially outside of the cities. But here in the Netherlands, the bike lanes are extremely common. And we really love our bikes. We have more bikes in the Netherlands than we have people. And yes, I agree with I Love Toasters. The Netherlands is truly a land of bikes. And the crazy dragon lady asks, from bikes are hard to draw, what should I draw? Well, what kind of creatures do you like besides dragons? Because I think you're obviously quite well known with dragons. Also, Heiko, unfortunately, I might know a little bit of German, but please note that English is the language we're speaking here, because there are a lot of people that do know English and just one that knows German. Rodney is drawing some big bad wolves for the fairy and the 3 little pigs and the Red Riding Hood. Oh, that's interesting. Also, Tani. Basically, if you look up a map of the bike lanes in the Netherlands, you just get a map of the Netherlands. Yeah, true. And Glenn says, I remember when they first released the Google AI summaries. It's hilarious. Well, it still is. The AI summaries are LLM based, and LLMs do have an error margin of about 40%. So a lot of things, especially the edge cases, are completely wrong all over the place. At one point, Google AI summary told me that The Lion King was a movie from 2006, which is not, it's 1995. Things like that. It's completely all over the place. And Rodney says, I thought France had bikes. Yeah, well, we're not the only country with bikes, but we do have a lot of them. While France do have a lot of bikes in the cities, we are the reigning supreme when it comes down to bikes per capita. And the crazy dragon lady says, maybe I'll just draw a hot shark. A shark in bubbly water. The crazy dragon lady says 40% on the LLMs. Yes, especially when it comes to data. That is not very commonly known, but even with regular data. At one point I had an LLM calculate how much it costed for me to drive to Nordic Fuscon and back, which is 1200 kilometers. According to the LLM, it was 6 euros. I like to think that electric is quite cheap, but 6 euros ain't it. Longtooth, hey, hello! We have a few bike lanes, let's see. We have a few bike lanes, and retrofitting bike lanes into old cities seem to be a priority, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately that seems to be the case. Rodney, not to be confused with Mr. Shark of the Bad Guys. Mr. Shark is a chubby boy. I love Mr. Shark from the Bad Guys. He's such a tryhard, but in a good way. You know, Mr. Shark is one of my favorite characters of the Bad Guys. course, the weasels have that big long snout. Nice Perky. This weasel, by the way, his name is Anthony. He's a regular from the Discord channel, and it's his birthday today. And Anthony has been drawing some stuff for me as well, so I thought, you know, let's return the favor. And this little weasel is quite stylish. It's a stylish little fella. But as you also can see, the bike has a little bit of a different setup. It's almost like what we call a foldable bike. But just with some small changes in there. Ari, hello to you as well. I am doing absolutely lovely fine. And Joel Jackalope says, I love how in cartoons weasels are portrayed with the pointiest of snoots, even though that they aren't that long muzzled in real life. Oh, I completely agree with that. And Anton Wolfie says, Anthony is a great friend. He absolutely is. I Love Toaster says, hey, 3 days ago, another meerkat took your glasses. Yeah, that was my little sneaky sibling. But I got my glasses back. Rainfjord says, "Good evening, Thabo. What are you drawing?" I am currently drawing a weasel on a tiny foldable bike because that's the only thing that seems to be built for weasels. Glenn says, "I finally finished a custom power adapter for a VHS camcorder. It works 50% of the time. Sometimes when slotting the cassette or whatever it turns off, but sometimes it works fine." And Techno, the mechanical RC Wolf, says, "A vouwfiets." Yes, a foldable bike. Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, it fits the weasel just fine. I love toasters. Leuke tekening, Thabo, which means good drawing, Thabo. Thank you. And Rodney says, "I got confused. I'm like, which one is the real Thabo?" A lot of people have that. Actually, the official names of those two Thabos is Thabo and Theseus. Now, if someone knows a little bit about the Greek thought experiments, they know the ship of Theseus, which basically means that if you have two ships, but at first you have one ship, and you start to replace parts of that ship, and in the end you have so many spare parts, if you make another ship of that part, all those parts, which ship is the true ship of Theseus? And that's basically what happened with my fursuits, because from Thabo I started to replace parts, and eventually I had so many parts replaced, I basically had two Thabos. So hence why we have Thabo and Theseus. I Love Toaster says, "Did you ever wonder why there was never an NS 1400? That is a valid question. While I must say it did not really cross my mind, now that you mention it, I am curious and I am sure you got the answer to that." Wolfie says, I was like, "There are two Thabos," and I was cleaning my eyes. Yeah, true. A lot of those comments, one comment that I often get is the meme from Star Wars Episode 1, where the trader says in the opening scene is like, "Oh my god, now there are two of them." Rain asks, "Is that ship of Theseus thing something that happened in real life, or is it a theory?" It's a thought experiment. It is based on the thought experiment was firstly proposed by Theseus, who is I believe a Greek philosopher, who was wondering from, hey, what is the question to it? And he proposed this from, if you do this, which ship is the true ship of Theseus in the end? And nobody until now has the proper answer for it. It's a fun little thought experiment. Longtooth says that kind of thinking makes my head hurt. Oh, the Greece people were very good on that. There are a lot of things there that really makes your head hurt. One of them is also that if you take the length of something that you need to travel, and you every time you just half the distance that you travel, you'll never arrive on your place. It might be a very small distance, but you will never arrive. It's when you start to think of it, let's just say that some of those people there had a lot of free time on their hands. Tiny Draw says, if you haven't had a photo shoot with the two Tabos yet doing the Spider-Man pointing at each other meme, you should. I had that done on Euroferns, where Kinora made a video of it. And during that video, both of us were with a friend, and we did that meme. That was so hilarious. Oh, Glenn says, oh my god, Thabo, did I already tell you my negatives came back from the lab? You did show some photos. I have to check them out because I barely have been online last week. I Love Toaster says, let's see, it is there was never an NS1400 series electro lock build because the plans were cancelled in 1965. However, the series was being meant as a successor of the 1100 and 1300, but eventually those locks were unnecessary in the end. Oh, now you know. This bits of train wisdom has been brought to you by I Love Toasters. Ah, and Adi says, I went for the afternoon to the Leidschendam Festival Unlimited. They were there for 10 years. It was absolutely wonderful. I will send you photos on Facebook. I want to check that out. Thank you. Alright, let's start with some line color, with the lines. With the inking. We're going to try to put some more detail in it than usual. So let's see how far we can go. I think this little snoot comes out just fine. It is always a little bit of a watershed moment if we are going through this, but I really like how the snoot is coming out. Rain says, I look forward to the meetup Sunday. Oh, yes, indeed. It's coming closer, isn't it? Inimini. Adi says to Inimini, yes. Glenn says, this bit of train wisdom makes me think of those American shows that are sponsored by every company ever. And they have an entire section in the end dedicated to the sponsors. Well, I mean, all of you are a little bit of sponsors. Also, Joel Jackalope Snoot. Totally agree that. And Glenn says, this character looks like Crash Bandicoot. Well, I have to agree with that. Inimini says there were also, for the first time, 3 furries at the Festival Unlimited. It's nice to see that furries are welcome at every event. Oh yeah, they were at AnimeCon this weekend even. I made a little video about that. I could not attend AnimeCon this weekend myself. Because... And this sounds very weird, but I was celebrating my birthday this weekend. It was 3 months after it, but I honestly had no time. And my friend set up a birthday party for me this weekend, so I was there. And Inimini says, wait a minute, Adi says, ik ben vrijdag 24, I am on Friday, April 21st, together with my mom to the Orange Festival in Katwijk aan Zee. And there's also a furry group at the Orange Tour. Oh, that is really fun. Have a lot of fun there. And Inimini says, well, Adi says next time, Thabo, you should visit the festival as well. As for the Oranje Vereniging, I'm not sure if that will be possible. But who knows? But I will be at Comic Con Holland and Dutch Comic Con. So I'm looking forward to see you two there. And I Love Toaster says, hey Thabo, I might give you a closed cargo model for you to draw on that. Oh, I think that will be awesome. Actually, if you have the technical specs for that, I have a 3D printer. I might be able to do something. And Glenn, happy birthday! Thank you! 3 months too late, but it still counts. Thank you very much. And Jolt says, my mom doesn't celebrate her actual birthday either. Ah, yeah. I can see. I haven't celebrated mine for the longest of times. Tiny Draw says, glad to see tomorrow is going to be a nice temperature of gardening. Did some gardening today, but it was so cold. I did not expect it to cool down so quickly. Yeah, but the weather is improving. It's improving a lot. Alright, let's continue with the snoot. Well, in this case, the ears. There, we got the hair done. Look at that. I mean, he's just a friendly fella. He might be a weasel, but he will never betray you. Maybe he just likes the sunny weather. I mean, it absolutely looks like a happy little camper. yeah. Yeah, I like this little geezer. It really brightens my day seeing this one. Now this weasel is a very sharply dressed weasel. Especially for the time, that he is a little bit old-fashioned, kind of like the 40s, 50s get up, and I really like that. That's kind of like the suits that I really like. It's kind of like the Boondocks, something like that. Techno, the mechanical RC Wolf. I'm taking a small break of my Persona's ref sheet work. I still need to find out what I want them to be. An RC Wolf or a Uni-Wolf, Universal Wolf. Well, it's all, take your time. And I Love Toaster says, can you 3D print a small station for me with one little platform and a station house? I can't find a station that fits my area of railway. I do need some specs though, but if I got a 3D print file, I can ask my roomie to print that. Inimini says, Thabo, I just read under your drawing that they were working on an accessible version. Could you please elaborate on that? Rodney says, yeah, the big bad wolves in the drawing I'm working on for the pigs, he's a nasty con artist kind of guy. And the Red Riding Hood is a reformed character that loves baked goods. Interesting concept. And also the music sounds more beach-like. Well, it does sound cute, I agree with Joel Jackalope. Inimini says, does that mean your stream is gonna be with Dutch subtitles? Could very well be. I have to check for the live subtitle option for that. But I really would love that. The thing is that YouTube does have the archived subtitles, but they are not the best in the world, but it's something. I Love Toaster says, I can't do 3D print file stuff if you can make something funny for me. I have to check though, because those 3D print files, if I have to make them for myself, that is taking quite some time. Maybe next month, because right now I am completely swamped. But I'll look out for it. But I have to say, regarding the 3D files, please, I cannot promise anything just yet. But yeah, it's my roomie is busy with it, and he made some amazing things, but it takes a long time, especially with the post-processing. He's making sure that it's not the typical 3D printed stuff. It really is high quality that he makes. But the last time he made a very awesome Imperial outfit for cosplay, and he has been working on that non-stop for pretty much an entire month. Inimini says, oh, toegankelijkheidsondersteuning voor de inhoud is in ontwikkeling. We werken eraan om binnenkort een ontoegankelijke versie bieden. Now, for our American friends and for our English friends, we are asking, huh? What on earth? But it looks like Twitch is working hard to make automatic generated subtitles. Now, that is a form of automated generated stuff that I am in favor of, because this actually benefits people. So that people like Ari can also read what I'm saying. And I am completely in favor of this. This improves the service. So yeah, I hope that gets through soon. I Love Toaster says, I have a rare tin shell tanker car that is a little bit damaged but still very valuable. Oh, be careful with that. That is amazing. Tin toys are very, very wanted these days. Techno the Mechanical RC Wolf, gotta go. Have a nice day. See you around. Have a good one. And Glenn says, I got the feeling that I'm the only one that hasn't at least met the one and only Thabo. All of you seem to like you're so good friends and you know each other and you all meet up and stuff. Not a bad thing. Makes me happy to see other people. Well, plenty of people here I haven't seen in real life either. So don't worry about that. It's and besides, I mean, you're part of the team as well. You're part of the Meerkat mob. And Rodney says, shading is very easy for me to use whenever I draw. Yeah, oh, shading is an art form. Some people know it, and some people are not that good at it. It looks like our character is a little bit elongated, but I don't think that our good friend will mind that. Oh, Rodney is charging her phone at this moment, and Longtooth is going back to work. Take care to you as well. And Glenn says never use emojis, but emoticons, stuff like the smiley and stuff. Cause I had a Nokia 3310, the original one, for a really long time, and I was used to send little emoticons when I still used it. Oh, I had a 3110 for the longest of times as well. I think that at the end of the universe, there will still be one Nokia 3310 floating around with 1 bar of battery left. I am completely convinced of that. Inimini says Adi has colored 5 drawings for the Yusti band. Hopefully they choose one of his. If they do, that drawing from Adi will be on the big screen behind the band. That is awesome. I would love to see that. I mean, cool. I want to see Adi's drawings. Yeah. As you can see, the bike is made for the Weasel. I Love Toaster says, I asked you a question. Could you please answer it? Let me scroll up just a moment. Uh, Sometimes I miss the questions. It's a good thing you remind me. No worries. Let's see. Just a moment. Cannot find my mouse. Where is my mouse? Ah, there's my mouse. Ah, you say I have a Discord server with just you. Can you enter that as well? You can send me an invite, but I am not very active on Discord myself. I am barely active on my own server, but you can always send me a message. That's no problem. Go for it. Aw, I Love Toaster says, Thabo, you're the nicest person I know. Thank you. And Glenn Fanning has to go. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Oh my gosh. You still have weekend? You lucky, lucky son of a gun. Enjoy your weekend, man. Jolt Jackalope says, pardon me for asking, did you see my comment? Oh no, whoa. Hey Thabo, a couple of days ago I went to a flea market and I found a bunch of tiny cute animal figurines carved out of smooth, colorful rocks. They're called rock babies. Oh, are they handmade? Now I'm curious. If you are on my Discord, by all means do check. Do post it or do poke me on Discord because I would love to see them. Rodney the Opera Rat says, now the music actually sounds like the Three Little Pigs fairy tale story, but with a little twist about the pigs being cops. There is actually somewhere I've seen a version where that is the case. Rain says, are there animal figures that you're looking for? Well, I always love meerkats. The thing though, when it comes down to the meerkats, I do have a whole bunch of them, but keep in mind that since IKEA has the meerkats, I got so incredibly much meerkats from IKEA. So, but yeah, meerkats, weasels are fun. But all sorts of plushies. They're or actually, yeah, I still have to go to the meerkats. And Inamini asked, Thabo, what is your favorite sweets? Oh, kaneel. What's the English word for kaneel? Cinnamon. Yes. Anything cinnamon flavored. I love chocolate myself. I am very much a favor of the caramel kind of flavors. And I Love Toaster says, Thabo, do you have the Lego Black Pearl or the Silent Mary? No, I do have a couple of train sets from Lego, but those are the Lego City People Mover, and one is, I still need to completely assemble that set. It's still completely mint, but it's the construction set from the Lego trains. And Joel Jackalope says they were actually made in Peru and they were sold by a guy who sells all kinds of gem related stuff. I probably have 20 or over 12 of them on my shelf now. I would love to see some pictures of that. Also, Team Meerkat Gaming, hello! Big hugs to you. How's my little girl doing? Also, could you be so kind and post the Discord URL on YouTube so that Joel Jackalope knows the address to my Discord server? And I Love Toaster says, I built a mini Lego Flying Dutchman. Oh, I'm curious. Would love to see that. Custom sets are a vibe. I used to do a lot of those, but yeah, time was a little bit of a troublesome thing. This is so incredibly lovely Disney. The shading of the weasel is very, very Disney-esque. And I am definitely going to get the lines proper there as well. Oh, hey, that's not good. We're going to do that manually. Sometimes Clip Studio does that. This kind of music though, this is still from the jazz list, but this is very reminiscent of SimCity 2000 and 3000. It's extremely, it reminds me a lot of that, and I've played that building sim to bits. Although after SimCity 4 I switched to City Skylines, and for any city builder enthusiast I can recommend Skylines Part 1, not Part 2. And Team Meerkat Gaming says, I'm doing good, Thabo. Today marks the 2 years since I started my transition. Awesome! And you're more confident than ever, that I know. Congratulations, dear. I Love Toaster says, it's a beautiful drawing, Thabo. You're doing well. Thank you. And no worries, Toasters, but do try to speak English, because a lot of people here speak just English. They're not very good at Dutch. So I'm trying to keep English the language of the channel. It's more that everybody will be included in the conversations then. Hey Kiran, good afternoon to you as well. And Tani says, it's funny how the main way I notice my medication is wearing off that I'm once again super distractible. Ooh, what? What do you mean? I see a mouse on my desk. Sorry, I saw a mouse on my desk. And Rodney says, I'm trying to understand Dutch myself because it sounds like a fun language. Well, Dutch is actually just 3 other languages in a trench coat masquerading as another language. However, if you want me to say something in Dutch, by all means, do say something in the chat that you want me to speak in Dutch, and I will say so. I will be your Thabo translator. This is a little bit too experimental for me. I am going to skip one track. Thank you very much. There you go. Rain says, I thought Dutch is German with less accent. Well, Dutch and German is basically from the same family of languages, Germanic languages. However, if you're starting to ask from which one has the least amount of accent, you might start another war. Kieran says every Dutch person that will tell you don't learn Dutch because the Dutch people are notoriously known to not speak Dutch. Oh yeah, whenever there is a non-Dutch speaker in the room, we automatically switch to English. It is true. It's completely true. We can sense your fear. Rodney says, who? Iris or Mousy or Rodney or Mickey? Because you saw a mouse on your desk. Well, there is. I do have a Mousy plushie, and I do have a Mousy Lego set. That was really fun. Nordic Fuzzcon actually had a Mousy Lego set. And 1 year, that was so incredibly cute. That was the best set I've ever had. I love toasters. Frisian is a different language. While it is, Rain says it's half Dutch. Frisian, German, and Danish, and all the Nordic languages and Dutch are all Germanic languages. They're from the same family, so to speak. So it really does sound like each other. Jolt says, so can I send pictures to you on Twitch? When my mom comes home from work, I'll ask her if I can join your channel. Okay, Thabo, that would be wonderful. I'm not sure how you can send pictures over Twitch. However, you can also send pictures to my email, or is there any other method of communication that you're using? I Love Toasters is building the Flying Dutchman in Minecraft and is 50% done. Whoa. And Dr. Sparkobra says, this drawing looks really good. Thank you. And that crazy dragon lady says, I finally finished drawing. Yippee! Oh, that's cool. Thank you. Post it in my Discord, by all means. I am going to keep the pencil streaks here, because I think it really adds to the vibe of the drawing. Because the loose pencil streaks, especially with the little bit of the way the drawing looks, it adds a little bit to the vibe of the old Disney cartoons. Kind of like with 101 Dalmatians and such. That kind of feeling, like the hand-drawn feeling, and I want to keep that. The Crazy Dragon Lady, you can post it on the Discord chat in show your artwork, and Rodney is a part there, so you can see there. Joel says, what kind of social media do you have? I have Instagram, I have Facebook. Those are the two more common. I got Blue Sky, I got Mastodon, I got TikTok. You can all find me there as Thabo Meerkat. And of course, on all the channels on my YouTube channel, there's my link tree. So you have all the information there that you can find. And see you next week as well. I love toasters. And Joel says, alright, gotta head out. Have a nice day and lovely drawing. Thank you. Have a good one. And Dragon Lady, yes, I love hand-drawn animation as well. This is one of the things that I recognize, the sheer and absolute amazing work that went into Lackadaisy. The animated, the indie animation for that. It really proves that hand-drawn animation is still very much alive. And the thing is, back with 3D animation when it was introduced, people say it's going to replace. No, 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 no. It will eventually complement each other. Because you can use mixed media, you can use different kind of animation, and I still enjoy a lot of the animation, but I also enjoy hand-drawn animation, but 3D animation as well. There are plenty of 3D animated movies that I really love. For example, Puss in Boots 2, also the Amazing Digital Circus, things like that. But there are still some very beautiful 2D animated movies as well. Wolfwalkers is a great example to it, and of course, Lackadaisy. Treasure Planet, yeah. Oh, the Dragon Lady mentions Treasure Planet. That was a tragedy. I mean, Treasure Planet was the last animated movie that unfortunately I could not make any commercials for. But the amount of custom commercials ordered for Treasure Planet in the Netherlands, usually for a Disney movie, there are about 10-15 custom anime commercials being made for various lengths and such like that. Treasure Planet only had a 10-second spot and a 20-second spot, which is the bare and absolute minimum. That movie could have been a success, but they chose to use that as a sacrificial lamb, so to speak, to show that 2D animation did not work. It got no money for promotion whatsoever. It was really funny because when I was working for the mouse, when we were working on the various commercials and commercial lengths and custom commercials that they ordered, you could see which movie was going to be a success and which one wasn't. I remember that for Finding Nemo we had about 40 different commercial lengths, including one commercial that was, and I kid you not, 10 minutes in length, and that commercial was during I believe the Big Brother final, which was one of the most expensive commercial blocks that you could find, and it was 10 minutes just someone shouting in the camera, Finding Nemo, because we were out of ideas whatsoever. Finding Nemo, Buena Vista Benelux threw more money at the promotion of that movie that we knew what to do with. It was insane. Tani says, I felt so bad for the guys from Treasure Planet. It was their absolute dream movie to make it, and it got treated like that by Disney. Yes, absolutely. And Rodney says, Chucky Chicken is also new animation that my friend Michael Cook is working on. Oh, please do post about that on the Discord chat. I want to check that out. Do tag me. Chicken Run from Disney is also part of the disaster area because Home of the Range was a very ugly site for the studio to make a new 3D animated movie. Oh wait, Chicken Run. Oh yeah, I was. that unfortunately though, because Chicken Run is a gem. That movie did not deserve the bad rap. Oh yeah, Chicken Little. Yeah, Chicken Little. That was one of the reasons why Disney was pursuing Pixar back in the days. Because Chicken Little, no. And Adi says, Thabo, have a good evening, doei. Chicken Little, I am here to that, is that Chicken Little, the father of Chicken Little, Chuck, is downright abusive. He is the worst cartoon dad I've seen that they try to make look normal. I have a special disdain for Chuck. And the crazy dragon lady proudly admits that she wasted money by seeing Chicken Little in the cinema. I am so sorry that you did. Then again, you're talking to the person that actually saw Mortal Kombat 2 in the cinema, so I am not going to say much here. And the crazy dragon lady says, my Dutch angel dragon wasted money. Oh, okay. I know you said that, but I read Dutch angel dragon, okay? Tani Draw says, but Mortal Kombat 2 was absolute peak cinema. I got, yeah, it was a movie, yes. And trust me, I am a Mortal Kombat enthusiast from back in the days. It was truly something. But I saw one movie in the cinema that was actually not meant to be in the cinema. And that is The Lion King 2. The Lion King 2, that one had a special premiere where it was in the cinema for one day. And I saw it in the cinema. And you could clearly see on the projector that they were playing the VHS tape, and it was clearly not meant for the cinema screen, but that didn't stop us from enjoying it. The crazy dragon lady says, I saw Assassin's Creed in the cinemas. Okay, we all make mistakes from time to time. And Rodney says, Chicken Run is amazing, not Chicken Little. Yeah, true, yes. That's the wrong color, my friend. Let's try again. What on earth? Oh, wait. There you go. Much better. And the crazy dragon lady says, "Look, my dad always want me to take to see a movie, but sometimes there's nothing that great to watch. So you watch the next best thing that isn't some weird ass rom-com." Okay, I completely agree with that. And also wrong color, crunk. And Wolfitoon says, "This Saturday we went to the theater to see Super Mario Galaxy movie, and my brother really loved the film. I still want to see that one. The last movie that I went to was Hoppers. Or Jumpers. It's Hoppers, but sometimes they use a different title. For example, here in the Netherlands, for example, Zootopia was called Zootropolis. But let's just say the Pixar movie about the beavers." And the crazy dragon lady says, "I still haven't seen Zootopia 2. Okay, we're going to visit you, and I am going to basically put on Disney Plus, and we're going to check out Zootopia 2. It is a good movie. This by the way, this is not I am not offering, I'm telling you. As someone who is a little bit of an animation nut, you have to see that. Also, Rodney says, "I think for lunch I might have some eggs with japalenos." Oh, cool. And the dragon lady says, "Oh, you're free to drop by, lol, I'll buy the snacks." And Kieran hasn't seen Zootopia 2 either. Okay, so it's going to be a watch party then. Kieran, you, me, crazy dragon lady. And Tiny Draw says, "I still have the warmest nostalgia feeling for the Tigger movie. I saw that in the cinema when I was 8. Still managed to make me feel emotional 26 years later. The Tigger movie was surprisingly good." Also, Vita Cordes. Hello! It's the Vixie Foxy. Who's watching Zootopia 2? Well, the crazy dragon lady is going to watch Zootopia 2 together with me and Kieran. How's the Vixie Foxy doing? As for the people who just joined, I basically am still drawing a weasel on a bike made for a weasel. So basically that is a, what we call in Dutch a vouwfiets. And this one is completely built for the weasel. And no, the weasel's called Anthony and not Pop. We're not gonna call him Pop. I refuse. Inimini says, bye Thabo and everyone, gotta go. And the crazy cat lady, the crazy dragon lady, says, do you have a favorite movie? Absolutely. I do have a couple, The Iron Giants and Cats Don't Dance. Cats Don't Dance is my all-time favorite. Also, Rodney says, the drawing looks actually beautiful, Thabo. Thank you. And Mulan 2 was pretty bad. A pretty bad sequel because the original Mulan was better. There is a little bit of a story for there. Mulan 2 was part of a whole bunch of sequels they did that barely had a budget. It was straight to DVD. Mulan 2 was definitely suffering under that. Also, Vita, have a good one and get well soon. See you around. Oh, I thought you were sick. Sorry, I completely... Oh, yeah, I misread that. Sorry. Okay. Well, have fun at Furry Weekend Holland. And also, Rainfjord, enjoy your time at Furry Weekend Holland. And Tiny Draw says, I think one of my favorite movies is Lilo is Stitch. Thank goodness they never made a live action movie. Oh, I see what you did there. And Adi says, thank you, love the drawing, very much fun. Thank you very much. I really like how this came out. And I'm looking forward to post this on online soon. I will post this on my Patreon as well, including the file where I made it, so you can download it as well for paying members. You know, the usual plug. Okay, what we're going to do now is that we're going to do a background. Kieran says gotta drop out, and alright, so Tani is going to take a moment, and Adi is still there. Oh. Oh, Rodney says I like Quest for Camelot. You know, Quest for Camelot, yeah, it caught a lot of flack, but I kinda like the movie. And the Griffin is just majestic. For some reason, the Griffin just hit me at all the right places. I know the Griffin is not one of the good guys, or good birds actually, but the Griffin was just so majestically done. I love the Griffin. We're going to skip the cityscape. It's not gonna look fine. I think this looks a lot better. There we go! We got ourselves a lovely, lovely weasel. The dragons from Quest for Camelot were hilarious, including, yes, they Alright, I think this is going to be it for the stream thank you very much. We're going to check if we are going to raid a Twitch channel. And for the people on YouTube, thank you very much for dropping by. On the Twitch side of things, we are going to check if some of my friends are still online. Let's see who is. And Wolfie says, this is wonderful. Gonna give this a 100 out of 100. Oh, thank you. Oh, and also Rodney is lovely, beautiful, and the crazy dragon lady, so cute. Oh, and Binky Dundurgan. Hey, thanks for the stream. Thank you. And thank you for dropping by. Let's see. Yeah, Knaifu Waifu. We're going to drop by at Knaifu Waifu. Alright, let's see. Raise Knaifu Waifu 22. Alright, everybody, on the Twitch side of things, we're going to visit Knaifu Waifu. On the YouTube side of things, thank you very much for dropping by. See you all next week.